can't switch the camera. Let's see something. I'm just gonna move this to show you. This. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu. Sounds like there's an echo. Oh, it's this. Sounds like there's an echo. Oh, it's this. Sounds like there's an echo. So which one am I going to use? This one. Let me use this one. Thokozani. Let me try to figure something out quickly here. Perfect. So I invite each and every one of you to my stream. I like coming on early. It's an extra special something that you get for coming in early. So ready. I'm going to be looking at the screen here, and that's where I see your comments. So if I'm looking there, don't be surprised. The reason why I switched the camera around is to make sure that I use the back camera, and generally it's a better quality camera than the front. So because I get to upload this and leave this online, it's better for viewing purposes for people who get to watch later. So it looks like I'm slowly but surely moving out of my parents' house. Dumelang kaofela. From wherever you are from, on the globe, on the continent, in the country, good afternoon, early evening. Welcome to my live stream. And let me just paint a scenario for you guys. So I'm still moving out of my parents' house, you know, and I have set up a desk in the studio. I've got 2 lights here, I've got a monitor here, as well as my laptop here, and you guys are right behind, or rather in front of the ring light. So welcome to my streaming space, makeshift. I hope you guys can appreciate some of the efforts I go to get izinto ukuthi zibe kahle khona la ekhaya. I'm going to ask everybody to shout out and tell me where they're from. As soon as you jump into the room, firstly, like the stream, and then secondly, I'm going to 59 people are watching. So today, good people, I'm going to be talking about traditional names. And what do I mean by that? I mean, libito le badimo ba feeling lona ran fanten, tsoka koko vereniging. Where are you from? Like Kwamhlanga, Mpumalanga, streaming from Randburg, says Noma. Audrey, we appreciate Koko everything you do. Thank you. From Klexdorp approves Appleton, Soweto. Kimberly, and the sound is right? The sound is absolutely great. We're ready to stream, we're ready to do this. So I hope you guys have a pen and pad in hand, and I hope you will enjoy the stream with me. And I'm thinking I'm starting to take a liking to them, because I'm starting to get more comfortable in them. They tend to be very overwhelming, especially because it's instant and like there's a lot of information to take in. So I thought, let me change the environment so I can make myself more relaxed and more comfortable. I've got a heater going there in case I get cold, because sometimes when you get nervous, your body tends to break down and you start feeling cold, and then you start rapping as you try to speak on the screen. There's a lot of people here. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. So we're going to start by setting the mood, right? You guys know my friend, my ring light. Let me see. Yep, it's exactly in the frame. And I'm just going to try and move the mic slightly away because it projects. So can you guys please sit comfortably for me? Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulders up, back straight. Breathe in, breathe out. Take control of the space that you're in, of the moment you're in, and everything that you came to achieve and learn today. I come here as an open vessel. I am open to being taught all that will resonate with my spirit, and I will find courage to do the same for myself. So well done. So I'm going to start off by letting the Tibetans sing a singing bowl just set a mood for us. I'm going to go 3 times. So until you hear the last one, please don't stop breathing in and out and visualize and open up yourselves to what you want to receive today in our stream. And just like that, we have started. And everybody, welcome to the Gifted Society. And I'm your host, Gogo Moyo. I hope you guys have caught up on yesterday's episode on GMTV about hygiene and for practicing good hygiene as a service provider and a light worker. It's always important to take care of your environment because we get so much from it. So if we don't take care of it, then we are ultimately unsustainable as an energy. And I am no good to anybody if I'm not good with myself or for myself. Mika says that she's streaming all the way from London, UK. Bryanston is Tulisile and Bloemfontein is Tandega. Thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in. I probably is going to do that thing where it just likes to reset. You know how it goes. But hopefully we'll be successful without it anyway. Yeah, I got a nice view of what's going on here. So anytime you guys jump in, Sammy just jumped in. Okay, that's how updated I am in terms of the feed. So I'm going to go into what is a name. Libitola how, what is your name? And what is the importance of your name? Libito, firstly, just to put it from Ugogo Lana says that the one defining characteristic we share is the one unique and profound element of each and every one of us is the name we are given. From the reason to why we were given such a name to the historical lineage and significance of what a name has come to represent. Our name, beyond its objective purpose, encompasses what and who each of us is, its essence at the very heart of our existence. I always introduce myself to you guys. Gogo Moyo, Refilwe, ngwana wa Moyo, and I'm everything that my name is. I'm Refilwe. Refilwe means given. It's in Northern Sotho. It means given, and Simpiwe in Zulu, and in Shona Rofiwa. So that's my name, and it means easily given. I am given. I'm given big eyes. I'm given a big heart. I'm given big sight, innovation, however I see, and I am able to express myself and to be known for by you guys is my name. So if I don't understand my name, where I get it streamed in right now, can you guys please go into the comment section and write down your traditional name? I don't have any other name besides my birth name, which was given by my parents. I don't have an English name, thankfully. And I have Mabito Abadimu, which is Undlondlo, as well as Utungamanzi. Those are my 2 ancestral names. And yes, that's who I go by in the different communities I am in. Besides Gogo Moyo being part of the brand name, I think I was happier to give the name Gogo Moyo its placing in comparison to the others, because in itself it's unique, and a lot of names in African practices, even your birth names, they're very similar and they're the same. Some people here are saying gore ke ngaka, ke thuto, utlotleng. And then Sindisiwa, Noctula, Nomathemba, Mapula, Relebogile, Ntatego, Mufu, Mwaini. Okay. Sakile, Moeletsi, Moleboheng, Nomalanga, Mutusi, Wilisani, Kuto, Palesa. All of these make you who you are. And if you don't understand what the name means, then you lose the gift within the name. It's like a propeller. It's almost like, have you noticed bo di puo? Go na le puo e ne le teng nako e le ngwana a tlhaga within the family. O ka thola go yena ka bo yena fela o buletse, o rata go bolela. Different names, bo thuto, motho o ratang dibuka. You end up living to become your name. You're inspired by your name. I wanted to share with you guys certain practices that I shared, and are very interesting, that I shared all around, all over the continent, and how different ethnicities or cultural groups go about giving their children their ancestral names. And I think this is something that's going to be very lovely and fascinating for you guys, because I absolutely loved it. For one, Umtata, among the Umtata people of the South African Cape of Southern Cape of South Africa, new babies are welcomed with a rite of passage known as Isifudu. During the Sifudu ceremony, the newborn child is usually just a few days old, is held with its head facing down and passed around a smoking fire lit in the middle of the room. The fire is made of the leaves of the Sifudu tree, and the burning leaves give off an especially pungent odor. The Mtata people believe that the ceremony ensures that the baby grows up to be strong, healthy adult and are able to hold their own in society. Actually, I can believe that. By virtue of them having, like standing in a circle around a fire, and the child is facing downwards, head down, and they're being even in how the ritual is performed, it talks about a great understanding of we are a person because of other people. We are part of communities, we're part of friendships. And if we don't play a role, then the relationship's going to fall apart. We're not going to achieve the greatness that we want to achieve as a people. So within that circle are all the supports, systems, and aids you'll ever have in your life growing up. That's why they say it takes a community to raise a child. Because even if you're far away from your mother's house, it does not mean that you're going to be watched and allowed to just be delinquent and not behave properly. Other parents are going to call you to order. And I can understand the significance of that circle. I feel that in itself, that's what makes it sacred, is they're acting out the actual form of how they want to introduce you into society. And I think this is actually very important. Did you guys also know about naming a child? It is said that you're not supposed to name a child, perhaps umama, while she's pregnant, because if this child comes into the world and passes, by virtue of being given a name, then now you have to hold out a proper full ceremony for this child, because you have since given them an identity. Please tell me if you guys think this is true or false, from what you know. We have Michael Tabile. Gogo, how does one get a hold of you? Okay, I will help you with that at the end of this. But I don't see what's going on because I can't see my comments now. I don't know. Let me refresh this page. I'm stuck at the comments by CC Paul. But yes, that's one of the things. But I also wanted to share another fact. It is by the Akan people of Ghana that when a new born child when a newborn child on the 8th day after they are born, the new baby child is usually named after relatives, the dead or alive, or the circumstances surrounding his or her birth. The Akan traditionally leave the naming ceremony until the 8th day as a way to confirm that the child has come to stay and will not be returning back to the world of the ancestors. It is also common for the Akan to name a child after the day of the week that they were born. Refilo, someone shares a name with me. Okay, guys, something is not working in my favor here because I can't see the comments at all. No, I actually can. Matlakala is, yeah, there we go. I actually can. Yes, you guys are just telling me your names, and then someone says, "Sokoza Gogo, my name Lasedlozinu Konto and was given by Mkulu to lead and direct my family." Okay, fantastic. No, I see. No, we are aligned. Siyabantu munye. I think it's true. What I know is that a child is needed to be named when they are born. One of the names. Okay, so I'm going to go back to reading and telling you about the 7 fascinating traditional name giving ceremonies. There's one in Congo, and Congo is relatively very Christianity is prevalent. Christianity is the prevalent religion in the DR Congo, or in most cases, a newborn child is given a Christian name followed by 2 traditional names. Names are often chosen by a maternal uncle, the mom, or a sister to the mother. Often the names chosen reflect an event surrounding the birth or serve to carry on a family story. This is quite interesting. I wanted to also touch on the fact that the Ghanaians would name a child after their relative, whether they are dead or still alive. And so it is here the same when it comes to a Christian prevalent nation like the Congolese, and they do exactly the same thing, especially to pass on a conversation or to carry in the family story. One of the things I wanted to speak to you guys about is the naming part when it comes to, wait, let me not confuse myself. Let me finish these names and then I'll go into my list rather to have a bit more structure. My name is Vuyogazi. My parents were overjoyed when I was born. Being the first daughter, Ekaya, I am that Xhosa's called Umafungwashe. Okay, that's interesting. Ooh, I love that you guys are sharing stories about your birth. I'll be right back. Please keep them coming. Naming ceremony. This is by the Tanzanians. A child is named on the 3rd day following their birth. Both the naming ceremony, the newborn is regarded as a spirit and not as a complete human being. A goat is slaughtered in appreciation of the ancestral spirits for the gift of a child and the fertility of their parents. The announcement of the newborn baby's name by his or her grandmother or elderly woman relative is the climax of the ceremony. Whoa, I would love to see this ceremony, especially because it's got a goat involved. That means these people are really taking the ceremony very seriously to the level of slaughtering, especially a goat, which is largely used in the practices of ubungoma. Obviously the women are the ones that lead the ceremony. This is beautiful. I would love to witness something like this. Then there's the Hutu. Obviously, Hutu from our history we know is from Rwanda. The Hutu of Rwanda give a name to a newborn child on the 7th day after its birth. In the days before the naming ceremony, mother and child are secluded at home, not exposed in common here, especially the part where it talks about the mother is secluded with their child. This happens with us as well. It could even go as far as 4 months, 3 months. Families choose depending on their cultural practice and beliefs and how they used to do it in their families. The Yoruba people from southwest Nigeria, a child is named 8th day after being born, the circumstances surrounding a child's birth often influence which name is chosen. Names are typically picked by adults, although members of the community can also pay a token to choose a name for a child. The ceremony is presided over by an elder, who is often a grandparent of the child. Prayers are offered using traditional items such as salt, water, palm oil, honey, kola nut, and dried fish. This is actually beautiful that they come and give offerings to the family. This is something so beautiful. It's actually so kind. I'm not sure about the community having an opinion in the name, but it's quite interesting. I'll get to your questions. I'm seeing very interesting questions. Edo is the last one, and it is from in the tradition Edo Society of Nigeria. A name is chosen for a child only after traditional healers reveal which of the newborn's dead relatives or ancestors have reincarnated through the child. The elders pray for long and good health for the new baby. In addition to blessing the parents, a coconut is then broken and its water is shown to the mother as a symbol, as an emblem of the mystery of life. Okay. Wow, I'd like to see this ceremony. Especially the traditional healers part where they get to reveal the newborn baby's relatives. Ancestors which have now lived through this child. That's very interesting. Let me read up here to, whoa, there's a lot of birth stories. Hang on. If you are joining the live now and you're new, please hit the like button as well as tell us your traditional name. Secondly, I wanted to go back to the notes I've made for this conversation, and they are around the names that we're given. So we're given home names, obviously we've talked about those, and as well as ancestral names. Ancestral names also are determined by the different kind of ancestors that you have. As part of our relatives, what I said in English is there are ancestors that Dora or whatever or Mkhulu Banbani, as well as the ancestor which then gifts you with a certain kind of ancestral gift or calling or kind. Those ancestors play different roles in your life. Possibly one of them, like the one that's more relative, would just want you to have annual Thanksgiving ceremonies for the home in the surname, for the new births, for life, for the blessings they've gotten in that year, just literally to count their blessings. In those ceremonies, yes, a goat is slaughtered, but there's also those ancestors that come to you with sight and would like to teach you a particular way of living, as well as want to help and aid you and need you to become a servant of the people. What I mean by that is for you to be a healer, whether it's a traditional healer, inyanga, umporofita, a light worker, a seer, a tarot card reader, a psychic, whatever you reference yourself to, and can see and you can live off and sustain your energy from, and aids you in its teachings how to better your gift and calling. That's in essence the different kind of ancestors that we have. There are some parents that do like how we've gotten to see all over the African continent that a naming of a child is very important. There's some people that have umbeleko in the Zulu nation that have that ceremony for the name. Many of them are very different, some are similar, some don't practice at all and don't see the importance of that. There are also some parents who like to give their children names of their relatives that they used to have around and that they gave birth, that they were born from. And those people as well, there's also in the naming ceremony there, in most cases, idlozi, the ancestor that the name has been taken from, needs to be asked for their name. There's some people who, while they're still alive, can say, can nobody please name any children after my name? Can I be the last Refilwe that exists in my family? And then there are those that maybe it's an ask, it's a plea that they have to their children, that can you please name your daughter, your first daughter, after me? But even in that exchange of names, there has to be a ceremony. Some even go as far as having ancestral cloths or ancestral items that are handed over from generation to generation. And not anybody can just have that particular item or can use that name, but they have to be adorned into it. And part of the ceremonies that we host as Africans is for those kind of ceremonies as well. Then there are those people to become traditional healers. Once they get there, they are taught and are asked about their family history. There's bone divination that goes into it by the head Gobela, the teacher who would be there, Gobela being a teacher who teaches other people to become a Sangoma. So the Gobela would be there to support and aid the child throughout their path, all the way down until they become a qualified healer. But until then, there's still a naming process that still needs to happen. And it should resonate with both the calling as well as the family in which you are heeding this calling for. So when it comes to that, that's why it's very important that perhaps be mindful of your dreams when you are a Petrueni or finding out about your family. If you get a name perhaps within your dream, follow up on what it means. Keep it within your dream journal and follow up with your elders. What exactly does this name mean? Who does it belong to? Or the characteristics of the person who was that particular person. Only to find that there's a big specific role that the both of you guys are supposed to play together. Them as spirit and you in the flesh. But you being a spiritual child, you get to use those worlds very effectively and move between them simply by being a light energied individual. That is connecting through consciousness. So by the time you get your name, Ephetweni, you can get your name in several ways. Via a dream. You can also get your names through umfembo. That is when Ukobela goes into a trance-like state, and there will be basically there would be in a trance-like state where they can access conversations between, where you can have a conversation between yourself and your ancestor through that medium, through Ukobela wako. And that is where names can also come from. There's also a confirmation in names when it comes to amatambo. That's a way you can confirm a name, but not necessarily it come from Mamatambo as a source to begin with. Names can also come to you while you're doing ancestral ceremonies or activities, and usephetweni noma udla ibhudlu igobongo, but basically anything that would still be part of what they need you to do for them is in your calling. Names can easily drop like that as well, though there are several ways on how you can confirm a name, that's the Petrueni and your ancestral name. That is usually a name that you can identify with as well. It's hardly ever a foreign name. Then there's a link between yourself and your family history, a particular individual, as well as the ancestral calling in itself. So there are very seldom random names that exist ephetweni. And then obviously finding out the depth of and the importance of having a naming ceremony to get this part of the conversation, to show that in any space that you move in and you walk in, you're going to have that one thing that you're identified by. And in Ephetweni, the name is very important because you're soon going to lose your name, Refilwe. Once I get my ancestral name, I'm going to then, from that day on, be known solely by that name. It'll be very rare if anyone calls me by my home name that's been given to me by my parents. Okay, yes, I have mentioned those. So I'm going to come here into the comments and see what you guys have left for me in terms of your many stories. Mona Khonalisa Kile Khonzi Patrick Ngaka Siakamela. I had a dream last night where I saw hands giving me the taulat 3 brown and white. That is absolutely fantastic, Patrick, because it shows that there's something that you are doing that's allowing Badimba How to have this conversation with you. Therefore, now they're going to the next steps and showing you more insight about your calling and where you're going with it. That is a very positive dream. And basically now ask, where do I need to go so that I can get the rest of those pieces? Vuyogazi here says, my name is Vuyogazi. My parents were overjoyed. Okay, I read that. Mbasa, my uncle, who was a prophet, told my parents that he had been told that my name should be Kumkani. My folks didn't use the name though, and they only ran with Mbasa, a medal prize. Okay. Naturally, as a Sangoma, if I was doing a reading, I'd now want to throw your bones to ask about the Kumkani name. That would be my natural instinct to this particular situation, because I would like to see the depth that it would have had, especially if your prophet, your prophet uncle, was told about the name. I wouldn't particularly dismiss that name. Even if it became a second name. But that's actually interesting. But I love your name either way, a medal or prize. And Oli says, true, even in Nigeria, that is what happens. A child, if fully named after 7 days and a naming ceremony is done, traditional or Christianity, we did for my son. His name is Olatunde, means my wealth has come. Ooh, I love the meaning of your son to me in my dreams. That is beautiful. That's what I mean. The affirmations are going to be there. So don't force a name that it's not supposed to be yours. You know, even if you ask for bones to confirm this name, but even in your naming ceremony, for the most part, there has to be a witness to that ceremony. Your family should be there for such ceremonies because they must see how you got to it was like, how did you receive the drum for the first time? There has to be family members at those ceremonies. Bonso says, before I was born, my grandfather had a dream whereby I was on a tree. That's where my name came about. I got told that they need to do a ceremony for me, but I don't know why. Please follow up on that, Poncho. Yeah, Poncho. Please make sure that happens so that your name is not left out from you getting the blessings of your name. Because there's nothing worse than having the name, but you're not getting any blessings from it. Beatrice says, greetings, Gogo, love from London, UK. Greetings, everyone. Thank you, Gogo. Togozani, people say, I am late. Peter, don't worry. You can watch it again. I'm gonna save it to the live streams playlist. So how do I get a gobela? You get them through dreams, my honey. Bobo says I'm always late, says someone else. Engine number 1717. You guys see it all the time when I'm online. I'm busy. You're keeping me busy. There's no way I'm gonna see it. I don't know why. I was named after both maternal and paternal grandmothers. Woo! I would, again, as a Sangoma, I would want to throw the bones and to see how if each of these grandmothers influence you. Who's the coy one? Who's the shy one? Who's the boisterous one and loud? Who's the spiritual one? Who is the, I'd love to know those kind of things. But it is very possible for you to find out too if you ask your family members, especially your elders, about that name. Woo, Gogo. Tulisile ngiti. Utithokoza Gogo tulisila maswat. Ntombi fikile ngiti. You girl. Loosely translated means that the one was silenced. The swat is after agreements amongst families and the sense of unwantedness from certain individuals. That is a mouthful meaning of a name. In its totality, that is crazy. That is wow. Did you see what happened when I read about your name? Even I fell into place and I just kept quiet because, like, what am I? Wow. That is so crazy. That is a beautiful name. Just in time. Welcome, Jackie. After ceremony of his date. Oh, is that because I was talking about the true or false question? Yes, we will get to it. I love that you guys have so many questions for me. Thank you guys for engaging. Where can I see you based in Benoni? I'll leave my details at the end. Don't worry. They named me after my great grandmother, Nama Shiana. I did a ceremony after they asked me where is my bones so they can teach me. So now, my love, Linky, that means when I tshwanetse o ile reka masapo. Tshwanetse tsamaya o ile reka masapo, you have to have a sangoma that you can go reference by. A tlo kgona go bontsha because go na le, especially in your case, tshwanetse go lebelliwe. Your case is a bit tricky though, but you eventually, ultimately, the point is you must have a support in terms of ngaka e ka kgona yo thusa ka tsela ya hao ile o thusa go ile reka ona masapo ao e ba itse go ile wa reka so that they can come back and teach you in your dreams. Okay, excuse me, thank you. I felt a bit parched there. Grace, Sibong is saying, I've been told that it goes jumpity jump. I've been told that I have umundawa in this tuna. Bless me. I've been told that I've got umundawa in this tuna, but they are from different parts. Maternal is Tunya, Mundawa is paternal. Does this play a role, Mangitwasa? Yes, actually, it does play a role. And noma unga tosa ogumuntu ewan ona so is Tunya futino Mundawa. It'll be absolutely even more fantastic. The for the duration that you are there by their house, uvele uqale ngesithunya uzagcina ngomundawo and umundawo ngenjayelo akahambi ayiwani uhamba nomungu wakhe. Grace says it's sad because I never met a person I was named after. It's fine. It's sometimes they don't live that long. You know, it would be great if they did, but at least if you can find your family members to teach you about who that person was and how that person influences you. Unamakuku says it's strictly about names, or may we pose a few questions? No, Kuku, can we please keep it about names and how you came to be, especially namings of things? That's what we need right now. Perhaps you can suggest a topic so that we can do a live stream for your question. Sihle Semakonkosi, meaning the beauty of my people, the Hlophe people. I know it's off topic, but please tell us a bit about dreaming Mogobela. Please, Gogo. Okay. With me, I was named after my paternal grandmother. The way killing Chobolo Kating, I act a lot like her. Girl, if you could zoom into my nice front row of the Teru, you will notice Hore. Woo! Sometimes I want to switch off for myself, like, woo, don't be, you are a lot. But yay! Gogo, what does it mean if I dream of praying for someone in the dream? Gogo, what does it mean if I dream? How are you doing? Okay, I am. What if you're single and already named a child, and then the father's family comes after 1 year and wants to rename the baby? Is there a ceremony to be done or not? Okay. If you're a single putty, holy single, only your family, only your side of the family were there. The guy's family is coming now a year later wanting to rename. They must do a naming ceremony at their paternal house. Wow, like from that side of family. They can also make the child introduced and welcomed into the paternal family. So then, in essence, your child will have two names. When on your side, it will be just a matter of to update amadodakho. There's since been a ceremony, or there is about to be a ceremony to name your child from the paternal family. There's nothing wrong with that. There must just be communications all around, and everybody must be aware. And futhi they're going to give the child, they also have to research and find out, ihloliwe le gama ukuthi like abantu banomnikazi bekafuna ngegama lakhe noma kanjani, just for the avoidance of bringing chaos to a child's life. Katlego says, so Gogo, with me, I heard a name being called a couple of times in a dream. I didn't see a person called. Could it be my closing name, Togoza? Katlego, can you please tell us the name? It's very possible that it could be, but you need to obviously have a person like myself throw bones for you so that we can find out, is it an ancestral name? And like, which ancestor is the one claiming the name, and from which side of the family tree are they from? Unomakuku says, I dreamt about my daughter's name like 4 months before I gave birth to her. I went through a tough pregnancy, and my name and her name is Nokanyo. Okay, that shows a lot. It's very self-explanatory, Unomakuku, and yeah. You were lucky that your ancestors were there 4 months before. They were actually, they got you through that difficult time. Okay, lizards and snakes in dreams, guys. I've done a video very old about dreams. I'm not really wanting to go back to snakes dreams. So I wasn't named after anyone. However, my mom always says she was given my name in a dream, Letiwe. However, I'm popular by my last name. Do you think that was fact that you have the name? No, I don't think so. I got my name Tsepo from my grandmother before she died. This was before my mom conceived me. She apparently said, I will give hope to people, hence I do the work I do. Oh, Tabani, I see who you are now. I see. Yes, the speaker, the motivational speaker. Yes, I see you. Yeah, the community builder guy. I see. Yes, you are right on path with what is dreams that I used to dream when I was a little boy. Sounds like a riddle. Why do I dream dreams that I used to dream when I was a little boy dreaming? I think there's an emphasis because now you're stuck in time. If they're making you dream of things that you were dreaming of in your juvenile state, that means even now as an adult, that growth is being received in a way that it needs to. There's something still very juvenile about you or your spirit, or I'm not sure, but this is something that needs following up on. And maybe have a dream session with myself and tell me and put down all the dreams that you've put together. Anyone that can explain dreams to you, not an issue. But you have to follow up on what is the, excuse me, Tozan, what is the commonality of each of these dreams, and what, like, the general tone of the dreams. There's something going on about these dreams because you're stuck in time by what you're saying. Like Eddie says, I was named after my grandfather, maternal granddad. It's sad he passed on before I could meet him, but I love my African name, Nakedi. That sounds like a very beautiful name. What does Nakedi mean? Tola Gogo, I dream about people having chilas in my yard. That's not what we're doing. Message truncated. Forever retracted. I wonder what you had said, rather. Tulisila says, I'm so shocked and interested in your silence via my name. Whoa. I know that nginongazi. Godwa, I no idea where to direct anything right now. I dream and play in 5D. So, okay. So you are the lovely name owner. You are reacting to my... I'm a better speaker than reader. What happens when you've seen your Gobela and iskoro ukoko afuna uyophehla kuso, but the problem awumazi ugobela nesikoro as akuso. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, Gogo. Woo, that took a while to read that short paragraph, innit? It means Gogo ukuthi indlela yakho seqalile. Bakutshengisile the reference and the key points of what to receive and what to find in your pursuit. What you now have to do is go through a series firstly of self-care, uphalaza, ufuthe, ugeze, unakekele umzimba wakho ukuthi make sure ukuthi na emzimbeni wakho you are awuna ama hindrances that stop you from being able to receive messages however they want to come to you. But by virtue just assuming or rather looking at the fact that you're such a dreamer, it shows that you're light vele emoyeni. This is an addition that you can do. But furthermore to that, you need to maybe upashe noma uzile, ufaste for quite some time, not even quite some time, but a few days, like 3-4 days, a week if you want, and upashe and tandazing iskata isodwa, the same time for like perhaps those many days, that specific time even over white and yellow candles, and ask about the details leading you to this person. How do I go ahead and find this person? Mina angisali lutho. I'm no longer the block or the hindrance towards me answering and heeding to the call. So can you please show me exactly where this place is? That's what you can do. My messages just keep flying up. Okay, got my name while I was awake and heard it. They confirmed it for me, and it's Tswana, and my Squama ancestor is Tsonga. Is that possible? I heard while I was awake. Okay, so the good thing so you can't even say someone gave it to you. That's firstly the first thing. Tswana, it is very possible. That means you have more than one ancestor. That's what it means, firstly. Because these two nations that you're calling out, they wouldn't back each other up. I get kumashanganing. But they're trying to allude to being more than one. This is a funamatambo to verify. But on hunch, to me, it says that there's two ancestors here. There's the main one, Loes Kwama, Loam Tsonga, Ofuna Gutakite, Ofuninch Omani, Loyo, Futu Pinda Futu Bueno Muyo, Mutuana, Ofuna Gutumsha Egiskupu Sakesharing in Yindlela, Mara Loyo Muntloy, Axum Nigas. So, yeah, Miss Cosmic. So, is it true that when you are named after someone, essentially also inherits the gifts that they have? This is very true, including their misfortunes. That's why it's important for you to research about the name. You don't want to burden the child upon entering the world. They must be encouraged and propelled forward by the name and not weighed down from it. Mama Kuku's back to say my surname is not recognized whenever I consult, and I've been advised that I should also be using my mom's surname, which is Nkosi. My mom's ancestor is my guiding light. Could this be the reason? Gogo, it just means that the relationship between you and your paternal family was not conducted in a way that Ijabulise Ithos. In the ceremonies we're talking about, some of them perhaps were not actually carried out by the family. That is very highly possible and likely. So that is why they say you must then mention your maternal family. You should always mention both maternal and paternal. You are made from both. So you can't deny one by virtue of one being superior and coming from a paternal surname. So now you married into the surname, so now that surname is it. No. So you have to recognize where you come from so that you can understand where you are and where you're going. Caroline says, my daughter keeps on dreaming about deceased people, money snakes. She's recently fainted. What could this mean? Caroline, please take your child to a sangoma. And there's a communication that's happening here. There's obviously some ceremony that needs to happen here because it's got all the elements that make up a ceremony. So can you please go get your child checked and seen by sangoma? Also, Coco says in Katego, I was advised to go around saying my ancestors. I was not advised to go around saying it. Maybe while maybe to your family or people that you think maybe are not nice or openly loving towards you. But generally, after knowing their name is or saying it to people, it doesn't pose a threat. So it was like there wouldn't be a threat over your name. Maybe in the beginning stages, while it was still perhaps, but I don't see the reason why it could be a long-term thing. Abigail says, I've been dreaming about being pregnant. Also, number 7 comes up a lot. You see, Abigail, you're missing the mark here. We're talking about names. So I've been dreaming about military dress, Marcella and most Sangomas. So while I was being told by a healer, in that in my dreams, but I have no knowledge or memory of that. Is there a way to go back in time to recall that phase? Oh no, Lynette, that's very simple. That means when you them living on your juvenile body as Lynette, you are still going to go through that because I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but more of your dreams can be able to back that scenario up and actually put it more into clarification, not just this one particular dream. So what happens if maybe the paternal family, you could just be interested but only end up finding that you're asking a question for someone who's actually in that situation. So thank you for your curiosity. So what happens if the paternal family name a child? The child, when they grow up, or rather they end up finding out that they're not biologically from whatever surname that they were raised in. What are the implications? Firstly, the child's origins has to be known and found, and that would go into speaking to family members, and hopefully they'll be honest enough to talk about the decisions that were taken, the bad decisions that were taken. Many people like to call them mistakes, but either way, those situations that would have led to only now the truth being revealed, and that you find that a child has been named after someone that's incorrectly their name, then the history has to be found, a new ceremony has to be made to reintroduce this child into the original surname which they belong, and the names and the ceremonies, etc. So you have to almost redo everything for that child. I totally love my name. It's Nonhlanhla Mahlangu. I'm definitely the mother of luck. My mom just heard my name after giving birth to me. That's fantastic. Well done to you and your mom. Dreaming about making mqomboti, then testing it from a contained muti appears, which I don't know. Begin. That doesn't sound right. You're brewing umqomboti, but when you taste it from the container, I'm not sure. It doesn't look right. If you're still online, all 112 of you guys, can you please make sure you hit the like button? I'd appreciate that. I always dream of water, especially waterfall, but every time I try to go into the water under the waterfall, the water stops flowing until I move or leave. What does it mean? Bonta. Bonta way. No, this is obviously saying that you also batlege mo wena o batlang go ya ko teng ko metsing ko di waterfalling, the water's flowing, and when you try to get into it, it stops until you move. There's something about you that's like refusing that element right now. You'd need a reading, because I feel like maybe because you're being shown an element to go into, but when you go into it, you can't get the achievement that you want to. There's a block happening here, and I think that you would need to look more into it via a reading. Kubu says, so Gogo with me. I'll forever be grateful of my name, which is unique like me. So how long does it take to train Sangoma? Percolate Sitole. It could take anything from 7 months to however long Lozi wants you to stay there for. It could even be 10 years. It depends on the Lozi. but generally 7 months to a year is a relatively good amount of time to spend ephehlweni, especially if you are not working in between all of that and you're a full-time student. Then you'll really grasp the concept of what it means to be a sangoma. And also, don't be in a rush to leave ephehlweni. Leave masuqedile ukuthwasa, not masane uqeda ukuthwasa. Allow maybe 3 months after you finish graduating to stay longer in your training, because now you're going to be attending to those people as umuntu othwasile and not someone that still needs to heed their calling. Those different elements of you are very different, almost two different people. Chiluvane. I got my name from my grandfather, but I have Umoya Nomundao. I go around, but I don't get help, so I don't know what to do. Gogo, you need, like, I don't know what to like, people need a lot of help, and I don't understand. Gogo, I dreamed that I was given a wristwatch by two tall dark men dressed like Sangoma attires. What does it mean? A wristwatch. Phela ngobungoma also sinamawashi angisho. Sithola sinamawashi. I don't know why I keep looking there. Even ngobungoma sinamawashi. They're made from the bone. There's a bone that's extracted from lembuzi leo twasangayo, and maybe that you wash lobungoma. So if you're being given a watch by two sangomas, by two male dressed in sangoma attires, essentially they're saying, firstly, the connotation of time would work vaker, and W2 we are how watch ikahay. So there's two messages actually being shared by those people there. Zikona says, Gogo, I dream. Okay, that was her or him. Sorry, I don't know. Togozan, this is officially my favorite show. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. And I don't want to go to Instagram lives because there's no point in having 18,000 subscribers on this channel, but I'm over there by Instagram making lives there. It doesn't make sense, I believe. So that's why I am here. Eventually, the 18,000 people will start joining us on our live stream. Go manjaba late. Oh, and while we're online, can each and every one of you guys share the live stream? Parting message to the society, to this society. So the gifted society, I've got a treat for you guys, Masivala. We are within Masejo. So that's a go. Dixon, I see you. Maria, I see you. Audrey, I see you. Joyce says, is it okay to name a child after someone who has passed? In the meantime, the child is also born after a child that is passed on. Well, that's a bit of a complicated situation because firstly, if a lady who's expecting loses a child, firstly, they must get the cleansing they need and attending to that they need, so that that bad energy, that bad cloud is then released from this woman. Secondly, it's important to research about the name you want to carry forward and the person, or the gifted person, because ultimately you pass on the gifts as well, to put it lightly. Those are the important things that you need to be aware of. But there's nothing wrong with passing on the name of someone that has passed on. Just do your research. Ask your family members about the characteristics of the person. What was wrong? Were they married? Were they not? Ask all that you need to. A name just can't sound nice. My name is Ntabiseng. I have been dreaming of my aunt passing away. The last dream is a husband was arguing about where to bury her. That is unrelated to the conversation. Gogo, please differentiate between umoya nomndao. But umoya nomndao, as far as zinto lezo, umoya ukhulisa ngamakhandlela, uyathandaza, uya emfuleni, nase ma-waterfalls, you wake up at 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, uyathandaza, uyafasta, usebenzisa amanzi, many different things. All those are related to umoya, is thunywa. Umoya futhi ubuhlungu mawuphethe, like it's a physical pain in your body. And secondly, umundao is a very powerful ancestor. And I was a manzini. They make us very highly intuitive. We are very intelligent people. Mundao, as well as umuntu wazimiti as well. So wazimiti as well. So ziyahluka because of the fact that those are different to each other. By virtue of that, the body dies, but the spirit lives on. I felt my bed silently being cold when sleeping, and then heard two old women saying I'm sleeping on top of water. What is the meaning? It's crazy because there was actually the physical feeling of the cold. So moleli phezu kwamanzi kusho ukuthi gwanela ka mo ntlong gore betse mo dimametsi ha ona motho ba tlang go robala mo dimametsi. So what does it say about excuse me. Oh, I love drinking water. Gogo, does having visions during prayer carry the same importance as dreams? Certainly. Basi, it doesn't matter the medium in which the dream comes. It doesn't matter. You are supposed to focus on the fact that you got it in the first place. That's what matters. I get confused with what's important, shown versus imagination. Part of your imagination are in what I call inclinations, where you can one day while you're sitting doing nothing and you get an inclination, which, as in, it's your turn as in. How random was that? But if you get down to the detail of what you want to go do, you don't even know which one you're going to go to, Bona, but you do it. That is the same as you seeing yourself in a dream, told to go get up that mountain. Very same thing. So don't make one lesser or less important than the other. The way ancestors show you information will always differ. You just always hold on to which is the strongest, as in differentiate for yourself. When I see a vision or I'm imagining things, are those things as impactful as when I dream of things, kind of thing. I'm being told that in some move when it comes to closey work, I'm trying to my best, but they're taking long to respond. I'm trying to be impatient. Gogo, what it means ultimately is when I find uthole usangoma esokuncedisa iyogezisa emanzini uyovuma lezo zilena ngomsebenzi wasemanzini. That's what needs to happen. A very deliberate ceremony that you're going to be doing for your ancestors to show that you are ready and wanting to take this relationship to the next step. I can understand what it means, Mobati Usemuva. There are a lot of people that I also find are like that in the practice when they come to see me. Gogo, what does it mean if you're told you're gifted and you dream of yourself outside a healer's house 3 times and you see the healer's face? Is that your Gobela? Gogo, you sitting at home asking that question is not going to help you. You getting on the internet to ask that question is not going to help you. Guys, eventually you have to stop doing this thing of cyber trolling. You can't come to someone's live and ask a video and then get answers to very specific questions about your life. It's not that generic. Firstly, you have to, if you're not going to go to that person actually, Gogo, just go knock on that person's door. And if that person's face is not what from China, thank you for tuning in. I'm about to wrap up, so give me 10 more minutes of your time, please. Gogo, I have these crazy pains in my back. These are now no longer about names. Is it possible to have gorillas? I don't know something. I mean, is it possible to have 2 gorillas? Well, yes, it is possible. It depends on which one knows, and if the other one doesn't know what the other one knows. It's possible. They could be teaching you 2 different things. During my Kobonga, I had to burn Mpepo, but I never felt a connection until I lit candles. Why is that? That means that ithunya sakho fanele sihambele phambili, kumele uphethe umoya kuqala before ngaqhubeka ngesinguni nomundawo wakho. What does it mean when one always dreams about nah? Shoo, I'm actually glad I caught you live. Welcome, Garelo. I'm giving you guys my society, the TGS. I'm going to give you guys a parting message, and I would actually like Spirit, can you please cleanse the space, cleanse our cards, and cleanse the information that you're going to give us. Please let us know what our parting message for this live stream is. What do us as the TGS community need to learn about our lives? What new lesson are you bringing in for us after today's live stream? Okay, there's 2 cards that fell out there. I'm going to ask for a third one. Spirit, can you give me my third card? And if you guys like this feature as well, can you please hit the like button there so that we can get more educated when it comes to spirituality? I'm a spiritual person. I may practice Ubungoma, but I am fascinated about anything that can teach me and raise me bigger than the tools that I've been taught in Ubungoma. We have 3 cards here. We have 3 cups. We have Ace of Pentacles and we have Daughter of Swords. I'm going to hold up each one as I read each card, just to give you information on what it means. This, I think, is a message for all the TGS people that are loving the contents of the show and how it flows, and most importantly, where we're supposed to go with this. So this is for us TGS, and if you're not believing, you can jump off the stream now. Bye. So this card is the 3 of Cups. It means friendship, joy, and bounty. The 3 of Cups is a lovely card, and it foresees you in the company of amazing friends, creating memories together that you'll forever hold dear. These are not any old friends. There are people with whom you'll feel a rare connection. With them, you feel truly yourself. Enjoy every minute of their company. This card can also indicate an upcoming celebration. Love abounds. This is actually so cool, guys. Maybe so after I COVID, ne, guys, since I birthday to celebrate us as a people. The next giant redwood trees. A tiny seedling once stood. Such is the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. It's the seed that takes root, grounding you for the future. You're in the beginning phases of a prosperous venture. Stay grounded, go outside and take time to appreciate nature. You may also find a windfall of wealth headed your way. Money, 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 money. Money. And this is Daughter of the Swords, and they go it is honest and insightful. Honest and insightful. The Daughter of Swords is a young woman whose honesty and insights take her far in life. People truly value her frankness. She learns from keen observation. It almost seems as though she never stops watching. Sometimes this becomes a burden for her, as she can't help noticing this and that small detail that could have been done better. There's a potential for her to hold on to those experiences and become spiteful or judgmental. I think this is something that each of us needs to learn about ourselves, that we are being given a great opportunity where we can make beautiful and awesome friends in this group and this society. And it's got a beautiful beginning where it shows that we're going to have a wealth of insights and a wealth of money, even by virtue of the kind of people that you associate yourself with. And because we're so frank and we're so big on observation, we end up looking too much into what we could better, and then we end up losing the beauty of this experience and of coming together, and then we're going to start picking away at its beauty, and then we're going to start being spiteful and judgmental. So I'm going to pull out here from the last deck, which is our empowerment deck by Tavis Smiley, just so that it can I didn't even shake these cards. You see that? Okay, I'm actually going to ask for another one. Spirit, can you please give us another empowerment card? Hey, these cards are like just jumping out of there. Okay, here's another 3. I guess the balance of equilibrium. The first one says resolve to get involved. Wow. Resolve to get involved. It says, get involved in your community, in the schools and in the mentoring programs. Unconditionally offer your time, talent, love, and support and money. Give for the joy of giving and not with. This one says request the best. Well, GMTV. You've paid your dues and you've earned your upgrade. Request, accept, and appreciate the best life has to offer. Don't settle for less. Request the best. Lord, the excited. Dig deeper. I think this is speaking to a lot of us who are just literally just trying to scrape at the surface. And like what I said earlier about us wanting to use the internet to be our teachers and not to really get involved in the lessons of our ancestors. We're missing out on our true facts in our families. And this card is already saying dig deeper. Dig into your heart to understand more compassionately. Dig into your pockets to share more generously. Dig into your time to spread it more unselfishly. You've scratched the surface. It's time to dig deeper. If I had a mic right now, I'd be dropping it. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys. I'm going to just read your closing statements to those that actually stayed on. And it says, Ashe, Tawaza Koko, Sizoba Rich, TGS Party Lit Gang. We're rich, all right. Tawaza Koko, tarot readings. Yay, thank you for the parting message. Yay, empowerment cards. TGS, let us be respectful of the space in Gogo's life. When she sets a topic, let's abide to the topic. If you have specific things you want to ask about your dreams, that's what her practice is for. Request the best. Love it. Tarot reading. Thank you for this, Gogo. We appreciate you. Request the best. Request the best. Powwows. I'm so glad I took control of my stream. It was really overwhelming me, and today I feel so much better than I did in the past streams. And I think you guys can tell because there's a better flow to these. And thank you to each and every one of you guys for tuning in, for sharing the streams, for leaving a like, for telling your friends. Let's meet again next week, and I will have more for you. So goodbye, good people. Okay, now I must try to switch this thing off.